All right, well, I'm getting a little wacky with these videos. I got some huge sales today, so you'll want to stick around and see what I got. But I haven't uploaded the last video that I made, so I was a little confused about whether I should add this to that one or make it its own. But there's plenty to see in this video, so stick around. Let's get into it. These these are typewriter ribbons. They're both 2-packs. I found them 6 months ago at a thrift store. They were 99 cents a piece. They sold $15.99 free shipping. I always recommend you do comps on printer ink ribbons for typewriters. That reusable stuff, office supplies, especially vintage stuff that you probably can't just walk into Staples and get, is going to go for a lot more than people expect. Another one of those CDs that I got the other day for 20 cents a piece. This one's the Celtic Women with the Christmas ornament, sold for $9.49 free shipping. It'll go media and cost $2.80. I was going through a bunch of PlayStation 1 stuff that I had sitting around, and I didn't think some of these games would play, but I played them and they played out fine. So I listed them. Crash Bandicoot is upside down. Crash Bandicoot is one of the flagship things for PlayStation. This game comps for like $35. I think I sold mine for $29.99 because the disc is not in fabulous condition. When you see the green labeled games, that means they're a re-release. They're generally significantly less valuable than the black labeled PlayStation games. This one sold for $13.99. If it was black label, it would have probably been like $21, something like that. Again, the condition on the disc was not super good. You might get a really nice one and get $16 or $18 for it. And then if you have a really nice Crash Bandicoot 2, the black label, it might be that 26 like the other one was. But look out for Crash Bandicoot. These sold within hours of listing them. And I listed them off of pricecharting.com, off of their pricing. And I was pretty close to the top, and they sold almost instantly. Another one, and you guys will be familiar with the Resident Evil franchise. This is Resident Evil 2. It's a 2-disc, and it has the manual. Sold for $24.99, free shipping. Again, the condition of the play side of the discs are not great on these, but they do test out in the PlayStation. I play them for like 5 minutes and they test out, and it's good. So, and then I show pictures of the what the other side of the disc looks like, so the person knows what they're getting into. So those three, I listed like 8 PlayStation 1 games, and these three, yeah, just these three sold within a couple hours of listing the whole lot. So I still have Tomb Raider and Simpsons Wrestling and a couple other things. These jeans, these are Abercrombie & Fitch, made in the US, vintage. This pinstriping, what you might think of as like conductor gear, is called hickory striping. These are not by any means a common pair of jeans. They're from the 90s. I had them listed for like $49.99. And I'll tell you what, I bought these, it had to have been 3 years ago. And I got buried in the bottom of my death pile, and I was just fooling around and found them. And I listed them probably 2 or 3 months ago. And they sat and sat, and not very much interest. And then somebody shot me a best offer of $20. And we went back and forth a little bit. And yeah, so they sold for $26.99, which is a pretty good deal. These will go into a padded flat rate and cost like $7.50 to ship. So this one went $69.99. It's got Jurassic Park included, and but you can see the top of it's super yellow and the bottom of it's white. The deal is they included, when Nintendo made these, they included a chemical in the plastic to keep it from being able to catch on fire. But over time and exposure to sun, some of them have really turned to that really nasty nicotine yellow color. And they're less desirable, and the plastic is actually really brittle. So if you're buying these online and they're yellow like that, or if you're shipping them and they're yellow like that, they're way more likely to break in shipping because the plastic is super brittle, so they're a little hard to pack. These will be okay because the bottom sides aren't as bad, and I'll pack them to death. I know how to get them there. So that one sold for $69.99. All right, well, somehow I ended up missing the segment where I was talking about the other Super Nintendos that sold. So this one sold, and it's kind of yellowed, but it has Wario Woods with it, which is not a fantastic game, but first-party titles make systems sell. So if you can include a Zelda, Kirby, Mario, Wario, Donkey Kong, things that are Nintendo exclusives with Nintendos, they will sell. That's the same reason that those Crash Bandicoots sold really well, was because they were first party things. So this one sold for $74.99, and then this one, the machine was just super clean, not yellowed at all. So it was I included a kind of crappy game with it, and figured the person would probably want it that is looking for a nice clean machine. And I always try to include some kind of game, and I had that Urban Strike to get rid of. So it was, and that one sold for $79.99. All right, and I was at a thrift store today, and I spent $2, and I got some stuff that was kind of worth talking about. I probably could have spent $1.50, but it's the kind of place where they're like, how's $1.50? And I'm like, I've got $2 in my hand, so just keep the change. This is a throwback Mitchell and Ness. Now you guys see me do snapbacks all the time. This is a fitted hat, which is kind of less desirable, but being a throwback Dallas Mavericks, somebody's gonna want that. I paid $1 for it. And then I wouldn't generally pay $1 for cassettes, but I paid $1 for this, which was the disputed 50 cents. It's sealed and it's Raffi, and a lot of people are trying to buy back their childhood, and Raffi is part of a lot of people's childhood. Didn't he do Baby Beluga? It's not on here. Raffi radio. Comp set almost $15, and I was just guessing. I'm like, that's one of those things like Barney, where people really, some people, Teletubbies, some people really like those child things and want to introduce their children or want to relive that. And so I knew Raffi was going to do well. I didn't expect it to comp at $15, but I didn't figure telling her to keep the change over the 50 cents was going to make much difference either. All right, well, I think we're going to call it a day right there. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you learned something. Click the like button and the subscribe notification bell, and it'll let you know the next time I upload a video. I've got a handful of videos kind of on deck, and I've got some interesting things coming up. I know this one was short and didn't have a lot, but I feel like there's something to learn. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking in with me this far. And like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.